we must and we will get justice. The profile of these individuals, and I'll show you that you will have what I'm saying here today and more before you leave. So for those of you trying to take notes, we'll hand it to you also before you leave. We have enlisted the violent crime analyst from the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division. He has consulted with our investigators, reviewed the crime scene information, and also forensic evidence in this case. And based on those preliminary evidence and analysts that we had to consult in this case from SLED, we have come up with the preliminary profile. We believe that this crime was committed by 2 or more individuals. At least one of these offenders are familiar with someone that lived at the residence and their habits. This was a planned event. This was not a random act of violence. At least one of these offenders knew the outcome of this event would be murder. We believe that the offenders lived, worked, or have connection to the area in which the vehicle was located in Vance, South Carolina. We believe that these offenders are more likely not to be married. However, if they live with someone, they are not accountable for their whereabouts. At least one of these offenders owned or had access to a vehicle. A vehicle was no doubt used in this incident to escape the residence, the crime scene, and also another vehicle was driven, which would be that green Mercedes that were taken from the resident and later burned in Vance. The offender's level of education would be high school or less, but no doubt have a lot of street smarts. The offender criminal history would probably consist of burglary, assault and battery, and possibly other violent crimes. The offender, we believe, to have no legitimate job, more likely involving criminal activities as a way of a means of getting by. We know again that the offender utilized a vehicle to escape the scene and also their green Mercedes, which is very important in this case. At least one of the offenders took the Mercedes to a place in Vance where they felt comfortable, where they know that they would not stand out. Therefore, that let us know that they're familiar with the area. So we're asking anybody, residents in that area where the vehicle was located, if you've seen anybody in that area that night, to please contact the investigators. The green Mercedes that were burnt were processed and evidence was gathered and are being examined at SLED laboratory in Columbia. Contrary to what popular belief, fire did not destroy all evidence. As a group, the participants in this act, there's usually one alpha male, one leader. The rest of the participants are followers.